Hi there, happy hump day and welcome to Wednesday. I hope you're having an amazing week. There's a saying that people don't leave their job, they leave their boss. And when you think about it, regardless of where you sit in the organisational hierarchy, typically we all report to someone. And the nature of that relationship is going to affect how much you enjoy the work, the level of satisfaction, how productive and how effective you are. There was a UK study which dates back a couple of years now, and it found that 40% of survey participants didn't think their boss was good at their job. That a third of them said they thought they could perform better than the boss was performing. And 1/5 of survey respondents said the single worst thing about their job, their boss. Now, they could be all that. They could be more than that. And it's very easy to point the finger and to think about the things that you don't like about current or former bosses. Perhaps you don't feel appreciated. Perhaps you don't think they're effective. Perhaps they're not giving you the support that you're looking for. Curiously though, often what we find most annoying in someone else are things that we can often let ourselves down with as well. So think about this for a moment. Do you on occasions fall into behavioural traps where you let yourself down, where you're not treating yourself in the way that you deserve? You have choices every day about what you do and what you don't do. And yet, like most people, there are likely to be times when you fail to act in a way that best serves you or those around you. Perhaps you're putting off things for tomorrow that really should be done today, or delaying those tough decisions, even though you know that deep down that decision is something that you need to make. And why? Because you're looking for the easy way out. You're thinking short term, perhaps not thinking long term. So let's work through a list of what I hear as common complaints that I get from people that I spend time with when they're talking about their bosses and things that they don't like. And then what we're going to do is we're going to look at those traits and apply them to you, to the choices that you make in your working and in your personal life. So here they go. They don't appreciate me. They don't back me. They're not investing enough in my development. They're not helping me progress my career. They're inconsistent. They don't treat people equally. They don't respect me. They expect me to work harder than other people. They're lazy. And I'm sure you could probably think of a few others. But let's start with that list. And let's apply it to you. So they don't appreciate me. Think about it for yourself. Do you take the time to appreciate the efforts that you put in? Do you take the time to congratulate yourself when you've done well? Do you take the time to celebrate those small moments of success? They don't back me enough. Do you let yourself down by not having the courage to back yourself, to step into difficult conversations, to make tough decisions, to say no when you need to, and to ask for what you want? They don't invest enough in my development. Do you set aside time, resources, your own energy, your own personal commitment to support your growth and development? Or are you sitting back and waiting for everyone else to do it for you? They don't help me progress my career. Do you just kind of cruise along? Do you expect things to come to you? Are you being the leader of your career? Are you being proactive? Or once again, are you waiting for other people to take charge for you? Next, they're inconsistent. Do you constantly change your mind? Now, there are times when it's important to change your mind. But if you're constantly changing your mind, if you're never finishing things, if you're lacking focus, if you're not sticking to the goals that you've set, if you're not persevering when things get hard, then you're not going to make the progress that you're looking for. They don't treat people equally. Do you treat yourself as well as you would expect other people to treat you? Or do you always put yourself last? Say yes to everything when what you really need to be doing is saying no. Are you finding time for yourself, finding time for self-care? And lastly, They expect me to work harder than them. Do you place unrealistic expectations on yourself? Are you always expecting perfection? Are you building that really long list of things to do, which then puts incredible pressure each and every day? And yet what you're setting are goals that can be achieved, but they just need to be broken down to smaller steps, more manageable steps. Now, answering all of these questions isn't easy. It takes time, it takes reflection, and it takes self-awareness. What I'd suggest is, if you're struggling with this, sit down with a trusted friend, a colleague, a coach, someone that you know is going to give you honest advice. Because the step that you take in really digging in to find out what's really holding you back can be easy to blame others. But maybe there are times when it's not about what other people are doing for you, it's about what you need to do for yourself. You know, I love the quote from Charles Darwin, who said, "A man who dares to waste 1 hour of time has not discovered the value of life." Now, I agree with that. What I would say is reflection, time alone, quiet time where you sit down and work through things like this isn't wasted time. So the question for you is, you've got one life, but you've got many choices. So what's the choice that you need to make next? Take care, have a wonderful week, and I'll see you next week.